Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Spiritually Ratchet podcast. I am Barbara, the host, and if you're listening to this and decide you want to come in and take a look, we'll be on all major platforms under Spiritually Ratchet. So, just a little bit about it. Who is Spiritually Ratchet? That's me, and probably most of you on here. Um, Basically, I'm a sinner trying to do the right thing and be on the right path, but I've got questions, and I question everything. And there's so many things that are too taboo for the holy, and so many things that are too holy for the ratchet. So we just want to come in, no judgment, and have a conversation and see what we can learn. So I brought some friends with me today. Let's see what we can find. Alrighty. So the first one I'm bringing on is Q. Hey, Q.
Hey, yo,
There you go. How's it going?
fine. How you doing?
I'm good. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What you doing with me?
Okay. Well, first of all, Arbor, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I,
My
I should
pleasure.
I should appreciate that shit. We sure really really do. My name is Q, or you can call me Daddy Q. Cause I can give you that daddy vibe if I want to. And
No comment.
I am the host and CEO of Master Gas Entertainment. We are a podcast. Well, I guess you can call it visually podcast. You can find us, of course, on all streaming networks and stuff. We've been doing this for about 4 years now. Myself, my co-host, Miss Shimmy, my boy Hendrix, and Miss Mo Swag. You can guys can catch us during the week. And of course, if you follow Arbor, you should follow us for our weekly lineup.
Absolutely. Q and I hang out on Thursday nights over at MTG After Dark.
Yes.
All right, well, I have some more friends, so let's bring somebody else on. I'm going to bring on Tiffany. Hey, Tiff.
Hey
Girl,
y'all, how you
how's
doing? Yay, I'm here.
good? Tell me what you're here for, what you're doing. Curious, just want to hang out. What's up?
Definitely here to hang out with you, Arbs. I love you.
Thank
My
you for
church sister. I am a lover of Jesus. I am a lifelong advocate for self-improvement and for finding accountability in all things that we do. So I'm just
Yeah.
here to hang out and hopefully contribute to the conversation.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you, and I cannot wait to hear what you have to say about this topic I have today. All right. So let's see who was next. I think Brian was next on that lineup. Hey, Brian, can you hear me?
So cool. I hear you just fine.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm better
Good,
now.
good.
So what's
All
up
right,
with
let's
you?
get the
What you
party
got going
started.
on?
Oh, you know me, Socialites, thesocialiteclothing.com. It's my own brand. Started off a couple years ago, trying to grow the business. We do it all.
What do you do? What's your thing? T-shirts,
Clothing
hats,
line.
jacket, clothing.
See that? Social T-shirt, social game. Just a clothing, social conscious, promoting the social conscious, especially in a time like we live. It's a real good thing.
Awesome. I love it. And just so y'all know, he is one of the main reasons I'm doing this because he put a foot in my ass and told me I had to do it. So if blame him. He started
Spiritually
it.
right. I'm responsible for the logo. The logo right there, y'all can thank me for that too.
Yeah. No, that was mine. That was all mine. I came
That
up
was
with the
all
idea
mine.
and then he helped me bring it to life. And I
Yes,
love
sir.
you to life for that. All right, we still have some more people that are coming on. Oh, what? Don't owe me. Now, this is the life of the party. Y'all be ready. This is Miss Shimmy 2.0. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you
Let's see
doing?
everybody see you. Come on. Can they see you?
Can y'all
I
see
had
me?
y'all. I need you to see that shirt.
Let's
It
see.
says "Black men are dope." Yes.
Get with the program. Get with the program.
So, what do you have going on?
Well, it's your girl, Shimmy 2.0. I am a comedian. I am a jack of all trades. I have a catering company. I got shopping with Shimmy. When you say entrepreneur, it is me. Okay. I'm also a
I
guest host of
love it.
MTG, Mash the Gas. This is what we do. I'm the funny bone. And of course, as you know, they call me Shimmy 2.0, the one with the boobs.
And that is real. So,
So
hey, I mean, I'm trying to be careful here too.
I'm
So,
just saying, spiritually ratchet is me. I'm that one saint that will cuss you out. The preacher gonna get it too. I treat everybody the same. We all on the same level, you know what I'm saying? Y'all claim to be
absolutely.
a little bit higher than me, but baby, me and my 99 and a half just gonna do till the Lord say something else.
Absolutely. That's how it feels. So, I am queuing up this video because we're going to take a peek just in case by chance somebody on this earth hasn't seen it. They
Oh,
still have one more that's going to come in. Hey, Takara. Hey, April. How are y'all? Can y'all see the comments? Be sure and look at the
yes.
comments.
Hey,
Say
Yes.
hi to
April.
everybody as they come in.
April, we
Alrighty.
need to know if you got a phone call in the past week or so.
Oh, so I need to know what that's about.
Well, my show 2 weeks ago, April had a fan on my show 2 weeks ago. So,
Oh, you know what? I'm such a goof. I forgot to really introduce myself. So I'm Arbor. I am the creator of Spiritually Ratchet. I also own Gideon James Consulting, where I am a life alignment coach, and I specialize in life coaching, business coaching, and spiritual coaching. Um, I also do some relationship coaching, which includes sexual wellness. So if you want to get in touch with me, you can reach me on all platforms. And at the end of the show, everybody will give a way to get in contact with them if you want to follow. So if you see running across the bottom of the screen, this is an 18 and older adult content conversation. There's going to be some ratchet talking, adult language, and that's my business. If you don't like it, go away. This is a judgment-free zone, and everybody here has their own views and opinions, and that's okay.
so I can't judge.
Nope.
That's my whole life.
Nope. So this is
I
what we're
judge
doing
everybody.
today. I can't stand you. This is what we're doing today. We are going to talk about all things W.A.P. And if you saw it, it was worship and praise, wealth, assets, and property. And then it was, you know what? That wet stuff. But,
Spell it out for us.
do it.
Spell it out for us.
Spell it out. We were talking about that wet ass pussy. That's what it says. So just in case anybody missed it, I am going to play a little bit of the video.
Uh-oh.
Play the good
Because we gotta.
play the good choreography part. I'm
Well,
gonna learn that routine for my man whenever I get one.
the best part is I'm not. I don't have to be rushed. I can play as much of it as I want. And just remember, we do not own the rights to any of this.
5 free, 7 days a week. Wet and pushy, make that pull out game weak. Yeah, we dealing with some and gushy.
Oh, it still looks small to me.
And I'm up for this wet and gushy. Give me everything you got for this wet and gushy. Beat it up, baby, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this cookie right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I wanna ride. Do a giggle, I'm kinda wild. Look at my mouth, look at my thighs. Sweater is wet, come take a dive. Tie me up like I'm surprised. That's role play. I wear disguise. I want that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. Make me dream, make it stream. Out in public, make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me, quick jump out for you, let it get inside of me. I tell them where to put it, never tell them where I'm gotta be. I run down before I have
Are
a
you
night. Run
dancing?
me, talk your style, bite your lip, ask for a call while you ride that dick.
I
Really
like
ain't
this
never got
song.
a for a thing. Mine up before you came. Now get your boots, hang your coat.
All right, Shimmy.
Wet and
Are you
gushy.
recording?
Bought a
We're getting
phone
it.
just for pictures of this wet and gushy. Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet and gushy. Now make it rain if you wanna see some wet and gushy.
All right. That's good enough for me. I think we get the point.
It got better after that.
I know, but I'm over it. So
Girl,
over
don't
it.
be over it. Just get with it.
But I am.
Woo, chat.
All right. So my first question is, what do you think about the song? Just in general, whatever your opinion is. And do you think it was a smart business decision, or is it just, entertainment?
I'll go first.
The beat is great.
Since I love the song.
The
I
beat is
love the song. Yeah. I mean, I think it was a smart marketing move. They're two young rappers, in their 20s, and you got young women looking up to them, which I don't think they're the best role models in this video, but it was a good marketing move. And that song can apply to a lot of people, old and young, because just when I reposted it on my timeline, some of my friends, 40 and plus, was like, wait a minute, let me go ahead and get in this kitchen and cook and clean, because she ain't doing it and she got some money. Let me go ahead and do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily agree with all the nudity, and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it sells records, sex sells, and
Hey,
it is what it is to me. That's what I think.
do what it feels, right?
Now I wish I had them
I
knees
just say,
still.
I just say, hell, if Lil' Kim can do it, if Foxy can do it, if all of them can do it, then have at it. Me personally, black folk and Puerto Ricans, we've been nasty for a long time.
Did you
If
say
y'all ain't never heard of
Ricans?
Roberta Flack before, or Eating Ain't
Right.
Cheating, that
Minnie
song,
Wilson.
you
Minnie was it
all that
Minnie? What's her
nasty
name?
stuff.
Minnie Wilson.
Rip.
What was her name?
Minnie Riperton.
Ripperton.
Minnie
No,
Riperton wasn't nasty.
no. The other
She
one.
wasn't
What was her
nasty.
name? Oh,
You talking about oh Lord.
you know
I
who
was
I'm
just
talking
listening
about.
to her the other night.
Hey, Latoya.
You know
Yeah,
who I'm
but what
talking
I'm
about.
saying was like, I don't me personally, I mean, when we were growing up in high school, we had Scrub That Ground and we had R. Kelly and we had a lot of different sexual suggestive things growing up. And so, me personally, why not make the bread? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you come to me talking about you ain't gonna do no dishes and you cooking, don't look for no damn ring. What you gonna look for is the dough.
Okay.
That's just me personally. And now don't get me wrong, I can cook and clean myself and all that good stuff. But what I'm saying is, it's more or less the dynamics that hold quote unquote marriages together, the things that people, should do or whatever. I think that that part could be misconstrued, because I'm gonna be honest, we got a lot of people, not just women, but we got a lot of people that don't know how to cook, that don't know how to clean, and still got men and women at the crib. Now I
Well,
don't
I
know
bet
how
you
they
if
keeping
Cardi
them.
B could cook and clean, Offset wouldn't be cheating on her so much.
Oh Lord.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, she needs to pick up a trade. I mean, if he done cheated on her, Offset done been
How many
on too
times has
many
he cheated on her
times,
now?
like three,
Mm.
like
All
three
right, so
times.
we'll come back to
But
that.
he's
Let's put a
not
pin
good
in
at
that.
it either. He keep
I
getting
can't stand
caught.
you. Brian, what do you think about it? Can't stand you.
Well, what kind of thought? I mean, I think a lot about it.
Come on, Trevor.
From I mean, I come from the days of Too Short, who cuss worse than anybody else. But as evolution came by, I don't know. As I getting older, my opinion on it changes. There was a lot of bad songs I was going on. Snoop Dogg ain't no fun. The homie can't have them. You know, so we look at songs like that. We listened when we were younger, but now as we done gotten, I'm starting training for my. So now I'm 43. I got a 14-year-old. You want your 14-year-old thing?
So you're bridging into my
When she
next
started
question.
looking out at
So
this
tell me you're bridging into the next question. So tell me what you think as far as it being a smart business decision. As you're a business owner, how do you feel about that part?
It's the biggest business in the U.S. is sex, though. There's no doubt about it. Why you still go to Vegas and buy you some? You know what I'm saying? It's nothing new. It's big business. I think though personally, African Americans are now being used to sell sex more than anybody. But there's nothing new in the business. Anything you ever want to sell, make it cool with black people first, and you can sell it to the whole world.
Yeah.
So are we being used? We're being used now.
Who has the bell? Shimmy got the bell. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. We agree with you. That's our version of claps. Okay, Takara says, I think the younger generation does not value the older generation views on marriage. So the line when she says she doesn't cook or clean but got the ring, that's very true. This new generation is doing something completely different. Candy says, I clean, I cook for you no more than 3 times a week because I'm busy as hell. I'll have sex with you every day. W.A.P is needed for a happy marriage. Ain't that the truth?
Amen.
Well,
Amen.
Can
Definitely
I say something?
needed.
Can I say something about the previous comment? Could you, real quick? She was saying something about the generations. I guess kind of how they're different. She said they don't. She does not. They don't value the older generation's view on marriage. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's be honest, Takara. I'm not really sure what your age is, but if we're going to point the blame, we should point it right here. Because what happens is that the generations learn from generations. And I believe that there are some, values that we have that are old school. But if you in Gen X, you got a little bit of the old and the new. We got a little bit of the DOS Windows system. We got a little bit of that. The internet started popping up in the early millennium, when we were still, a little bit younger and things like that. And so I think the values of marriage change, especially, from older traditions. We don't whip our children anymore. We get divorced and we break up. There's no one hanging on anymore.
Hey, who don't whip their kids?
He might not whip their kids.
Everybody don't whip their children because people they be trying to put the child support people. And me, I'll choke a child. It don't matter to me. I'll choke your kids.
I kick
and I will fuck them up.
Kids. Yes.
With no problem.
The 2 people that don't have kids are so violent.
Let me tell you something. I love children. I'm actually really good with children. Other people, kids are the ones that I want to kill because they have no home training. I don't know what happened. I don't know
the
where
ones that do have home training are the ones that we whoop.
Who got kids and who don't?
I don't.
Shimmy doesn't and Q doesn't.
You don't?
Me, you, and Tiffany have kids.
Y'all look.
You said what?
I honestly don't think it's the generation.
New generation.
Y'all are lucky.
But this is the thing. Let me tell you something. This is the thing. It's not from me not having children is a medical issue. I've always wanted kids, you know what I'm saying? But it's a matter of how you raise your children. You know what I'm saying? If you allow your kids to talk back to you, of course they're going to talk back to other people out in public. You know what I'm saying? If you don't whoop your child at home, not saying that you have to. My brother doesn't whoop his kids. You know what I'm saying? And they are still well-mannered. You know what I'm saying? They bad as hell because they just energetic. And I say bad because they're energetic. You know what I'm saying? But I don't necessarily believe you have to whoop a kid, but some of these little children need more whoopings in their lives. For real.
We'll get back to that because that's one of the questions that I want to ask. So what I want to do real quick, because we've been talking a little bit ratchet, I want to take a break and play a song just to break the monotony a little bit. So Don't forget, I don't own the rights to any of this music, but I am going to play it, and you're going to act like you enjoy it. Good. Refill your drinks at this point. Are y'all drinking? What
I
you
can't
got?
drink right now. I'm on my way to work.
Strawberry margarita.
I've got blackberry fizz.
You always got something.
I do.
Water.
I'm supposed to be drinking this.
Some Fridays where I was star out, but you were in close. Searched up my brain Friday, and I could see your disappointment with my eyes closed. But I choked down another shot. Meanwhile, the young man glocked with some brown skin and some rough hair on the wrong end of a tough spot. Unqualified and irregular. Understanding, call me David in the street. Or maybe Peter, I'm uncertain. I just know I let the pressure get the best of me. The best of me, yeah, yet to see. Cause the fear I have of looking out of place. Listen like I'm on another planet, and I know for certain he can see the space. I run away, I change my number, all to turn my back. I fall and I fail, you always prevail. Honestly, that's why I'm looking up to you. I'm too messed up and too flawed, too held down by these scars. Yeah, I run to and from the sun for you, but I may not make it that far. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
See the nerd in me?
Hey, listen, as I'm living, I've been going through it, ooh, and my trust issues starting to show too. I'm cut deep, but I hide it well, Lord, but here right now, I'll let you in the womb. Inside the room, I can't feel your hands. I'm out of touch and I'm out of plans. Independence is my greatest trait, but talking spiritually, it is my biggest cancer. Standing in the deep, Father, can you see me? Standing in the middle with the gray, and I bleed all this hurt that I hope makes chasing you half-heartedly, honestly, feel so heavy like a Chevy. Totally surrender, yo, I'm ready, let's cut to the chase. Shit, a blade and machete, get light in the dark, in my dreams, I'm afraid. Oh my God, I have some flaws, but you're making use of me. And I'm illegal, gotten comfortable. What you running for? Put your hands in me. I'm a soldier on the.
All right, that was Mercy from the Wells Group. And I liked it
That was
because
who?
it's Mercy.
What song was that?
It's called Mercy.
Mercy.
And it's from the Walls Group. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're a gospel family that sings. I love them.
Yeah, the two of the oldest one is in porn scandals right now. One, the boy with a dude, and then the second oldest little girl is up in there putting her stuff on social
OnlyFans?
media just so she can just bust out.
Does she have an OnlyFans?
I don't know. She has an OnlyFans. I don't know.
What are you talking about, Shimmy? What are you waiting?
Wait.
She got caught on the Larry Reid show. Larry Reid put it out there.
What was Larry Reid?
Wait. I have to talk to y'all like the 2-year-old talk. Wait. Now, this is a gospel group that you telling me about, right?
Yes.
on a porn. What did you say? It's a porn what?
I didn't say that.
It's four of them.
Oh,
They
yeah.
all sisters and brothers. It's
This one,
four of
this
them.
one.
The oldest boy and the oldest girl both are in. Well, they were in porn scandals. Where at one where the dude was messing with another dude in a hotel room, and the other girl, she recorded herself having sex and put it out.
Wait.
Are you serious?
Wait.
Yep.
Wait.
Shammy, you waiting too much. Hurry the hell up.
Well, we got all these in the church. Anyway.
All right. So let me ask the next question, and then I have a clip of a song that I want you to hear. And this is why I do this, because y'all entertain. All right. So there's a huge uproar, and especially when it first came out about the song. So I want to know, where was the uproar forever with everybody else's songs that are similar to this, whether it be the song, the artist, and why do our counterparts not have as many problems doing it as we do?
Because
So
the
here's
world is full of shit. I ding my own bell for myself.
Somebody asked for this. Somebody asked for this. So I want to know, why is this not a big deal? Look, she's singing. Come on. You know you want to.
Y'all know I'm good at
That's my
twerking, baby.
song.
Yeah, what was
from the ones that fuck for shrimp to the ones that fuck for gum. If you ain't been them for pimp, then you ain't been them for fun. Got the hoes from the hood. They just to keep it live.
Rachel said if they repent and let them be. Amen.
Play a baby mama bitches, but the kid ain't no thing. Let that pumpkin hang, baby. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it.
Okay, so hey, what's
How
the
you
deal?
just
How
gonna
come we
cut
can
the
get away with
song
that?
off? How you just gonna cut the song
You wanna play the whole thing?
That
We
was
only
the only
53
Bama
seconds
moment I
into it.
had. I was back at Bama's right then.
We only 53 seconds
I
into
think
it. It's a
start
3-minute
twerking and
song.
everything.
And if you gonna twerk, I'll play it.
Like everybody heard this song in the club before.
I church worked for you.
Are
You
y'all
should call
twerking?
it.
If you want me to
it.
keep playing it, you better say so in the comments. I need some likes, some laughs, some something. Let me know. Hey, let's
Baby,
see.
that was the song.
Yes. Did you see what Rachel said? She said if they repented, let them be. So
that's how I feel.
She said, "Did they repent?"
But when we get to
I'm
heaven,
sure they
God ain't
did,
finna
but
be
here's
asking
the
us
deal.
about other people. He gonna ask us about us. Why does my spiritual goals have to be yours?
Well, you have to
say that again.
Oh, say it one more time for the people in the back. Why
Yes,
does my
please.
spiritual goals have to be for everybody?
Your walk is for everybody. Your walk and your life is for everybody.
Baby, my life or my WAP is not for everybody, okay? I'm going to treat this thing, my walk. No, baby, because your spiritual walk and my spiritual walk is not the same, baby. Let me tell you like this. Because while you in there praising the pastor and all this kind of stuff, and he's sleeping with sister so-and-so and sister so-and-so, and he got the stripper in the club pregnant and all this kind of stuff, I'm going to go marry me a nice little deacon that loves me, and we're going to sit down on that front row, and we're going to have a cake day. However, that's not my goal for me. I want to marry a very spiritual thug. Okay, so it's a whole different situation.
Thug.
He go to church.
No. I need more than that. What is a spiritual thug?
He go to church and will beat your ass.
In church or like after?
That don't even go together.
It don't even matter.
I will.
That don't even go together.
Like I said, everybody get the same cuss for me. If you wrong, you wrong. If you right, you right. The thing is, people want to make right wrong and wrong right. Those words are not the same. They are spelled differently. Understand that. You cannot make wrong right. Period.
Okay, so let's see. She says she doesn't have a problem with WAP. The issue is the lack of diverse representation of Black women in the media and how ambiguous people are pushed to the forefront to represent the Black community. And
I don't
that
know
is
what role model she watching, because I know a lot of Black women that are news anchors, they are teachers, they are preachers' wives, they have good spiritual counseling background. Baby, you don't have to watch that. You don't have to have your kids watch that. Your child does not know about WAP and Cardi B unless you turn the TV on.
So
that's actually
right. So let's be realistic though. We all been young. We ain't always been a goddamn straight. We go two ways. We can sit here and say all day, oh, like Charles Barkley said. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
But check it out. We can sit there and say, oh, your school teacher should be your role model, but let's be real about it. Let's be realistic. I want your kids to glue to a phone 24/7. They glue to a TV. They glue to an iPad. So they're not glued to their teacher 24/7.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the kids are influenced by media. I mean, the media is way powerful than what we give them credit for. You gotta look at it from a marketing perspective. They study how we spend our money. They study what we watch. They study colors. What color catches your eye? A dark color or a bright color. So they doing all this studying on other of us. They know it's influencing us. So therefore, they know Cardi B is influencing. It's like product placement. I'm gonna give you the best example. Back in the day, when they Snoop Dogg said single gin and juice, I almost 14, 15. I didn't know what single gin was, but I know it. Was it Tanqueray? I'm sorry. When he said I'm gonna get a gang of Tanqueray, what did every nigga in the hood go do? Well, you got Tanqueray. Tanqueray nasty as hell.
It is.
But product
Yes.
placement, they know a celebrity to say it. They gonna buy it. So they are role models, whether they want to say it or not. They avoid the good of being a role model. Say, I'm not your role model, but yes, you are. You are influencing these kids.
Right.
Well,
But the thing,
I was gonna.
Learn from school and their friends too, and that you can't shelter them from everything. And this is true. When they leave the house, there's a whole world out there that's
Right.
going to.
You're not trying. It's not necessarily.
You don't know what their friends have been exposed to and what they're going to expose them to. But you, as
that's
a parent,
where good parenting comes in, to trust
exactly.
your
And this
child to make
this
the
is the
best
other question:
decision.
role models and cultural representation, and the parent's responsibility in it. Let me say that again so you can hear me clearly. What is it? And we're discussing our thoughts on role models, cultural representation, meaning, is this what we want to represent Black people? Because I have a huge issue with this in general, not so much the W.A.P video, but just in general, because you see more of them out there and they get more attention than the news anchors and the people doing good things locally or nationally for that matter, unless you're over.
That's what America is built on. Sex.
But that's what we're allowing.
Think about it. Exactly. And I mean, unfortunately, that's the way it is. Sex sells, like me and Brian was saying, that's what it is. Sex sells. People are always going to watch a woman shake her ass, a Black woman shake her ass. White women can't shake their ass like that. Some can.
Some can.
Some
I'm
can.
just saying,
not
there's few.
all. But if you notice, even when we came over here, during slavery times, our bodies were different. A Black woman's body was different. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it's ever been. And what do we do as Black people? Hey, this is how I gotta get my bag. It ain't how you have to get your bag, but that's how they get in their bag.
Can we shift the culture though? So when we show images like this and we agree with it, like sex sells, like this is good entertainment, and we give them the ratings for it, that's why they continue to show it to us. Are we not a part of the shaping of the culture if we're accepting it and receiving it? If it's something that we didn't give our ratings.
We don't control our image. We're not learning to control our image. When the Godfather movie was made, they consulted with the mobs first, and they told the movie directors, "You will shoot this movie in an image that make us look good. You will not make us look like we're stupid old backroom thugs." And they respected the mob for that, and they shot the movie how the mob saw fit. We don't control any of our image. We don't have good TV shows since the Cosby. What's last on TV for us?
But we have control over what we put individually.
We don't control that. The Jewish control that. Look who owns your record company.
And as soon as we try to control it, what they do, they put us in jail. Look at Bill Cosby. Put his ass right in jail.
Right.
It was he was trying about NBC.
I'm sorry. I just want to say that Bill Cosby got put in jail because he messed with that white girl. You don't mess with America's most valuable commodity, and that's a white woman. You don't mess.
Well, they need to stop messing with us then. Now,
I mean, that's how Oklahoma burned down because somebody touched a white woman.
But I mean, again, it's up to the parenting.
Me too.
I was raised in a different kind of household.
And see, that's one of the problems with this generation
too. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of doing what you can as a parent. And then when your child goes out in the world, try to correct some of it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I have 3 18-year-olds, say I had triplets, and I had 3 18-year-olds, and one went to college, one decided to go into the workforce right away, and one chose to be a thug. I can't blame that on my parenting. There was something that child saw, or that, you know what I'm saying, no matter how hard I tried to shelter him, if I sent them out of college at the same time and then 2 of them did something else, that's just what they chose to do. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pray for you and all of that. But the minute you go to jail, I don't know what to tell you.
Jan says, I'm really surprised that so many are offended by a former stripper making a song of that nature.
Hello. I'm not.
You can't be.
That's what she knows.
And
That's what she knows.
that's what she always made her money. That's to be
I'm
expected.
surprised. Well, you gotta look at a whole start from a TV show, reality TV show, to all of a sudden now you have an album out. This was all by design. It wasn't none of this an accident.
Of course.
So I can say our superheroes are given to us. We don't pick them.
What's that?
Somebody
That's
manufactured them. We didn't ask for it.
That's
The
it.
Jewish community signed this. You gotta look at who's the record label she signed to. You go back and research who she really signed to. Who was originally her husband signed to? Offset, Leroy Cohen, a good old Jew, who also had the Run DMC as his opening act in 1982. So this man be making money from an early age.
I was gonna say, and then too, Brian, to add to that, I talking about the spiritual part of this, a lot of us, like I'm been an ordained minister 21 years. Okay, I call myself
You
the
are the
bootleg preacher.
definition of spiritually ratchet. Welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm one of the prime definitions. And
You
I
see,
call
he
myself a
friends with
bootleg
me.
preacher because a lot of the traditions and the values, y'all hush, the traditions and the values that I was raised with, or that I even learned in church, what it did for me, and this is for me, I can't speak for the rest of everybody, it blinded me from what reality was. Because I don't care how much you pray, I don't care how much you fast, I don't care how much you read your Bible. We are all still people. And yes, the Bible is designed for us as a study guide to live our lives in a productive way, not a perfect way. And see, what happens is that people expect you and I alike to live a certain way when that is impossible. See, a lot of us, we don't feel like, that we have really come from something. I used to hear my grandmama say, if you ever want to see the side of a person piss off a Christian, and you really see where they come from, and what they do.
Right.
All of us have the capability of going back to doing some of the things that we do, and so what I would like to see in our community is to get to a place where we are accepting each other for our own relationship with God,
Right.
And
not
that's
a
it right there.
collective
And that is
relationship.
the problem, is
Yeah.
all the holy people are afraid to deal with the people that are dirty. And they don't realize how dirty they are
Right.
under the
But that's what I was
And
saying.
that's
Why
the deal.
does my spiritual walk have to be yours? You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It should always be a reflection of where you're trying to go. Now, us as a whole people, us as a generation, all of that needs to be headed in one direction. And we're headed towards something. If you believe in God, I'm not going to say a higher power or anything like that. It's going to be politically correct. This is my podcast, and I believe in God, and that's where I'm going. So I feel like I should be a reflection of that. Yes, I am a sinner. I'm going to tell you that every day. I am not a saint, but Jesus hung out with sinners.
And love
And
them
then if
just
we're
the same.
talking spiritual, we need to also be able to include the fact that, what if I am not a person that wants to come to your church? What if I'm a Muslim? What if I am a Methodist? What if I am Buddhist? What if I am Catholic? Your spiritual life should be a part of you for you to be able to commune with, giving yourself inner peace. And
Exactly.
that's not what we're doing. What we're doing is we're judging each other by what God you serve, what church you go to, what outfit you got on, who you screwing, who they screwed the other day, how much money is the church making, why are you spending my money like this? We're worried about the wrong thing.
The wrong thing. What are we doing in the community? What if
Right.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this, and I've been a sinner for a very long time. My great grandfather was a preacher, and you would think that I came from the pits of hell the way I talk.
There we go.
And the way I act. It's crazy. I mean, you just have to understand that we not all gonna get to heaven the same way. We not. We just not. And that's just simple. My thing is, what am I gonna do for myself? Everything it's about me. It's okay to be selfish, baby, because the voices that I hear when I'm walking down the aisle, baby, let me tell you something. I got testimony every time with my foul ass mouth.
All right, well, let's read this April's comment, and I completely agree with her. She says she hasn't heard the song and doesn't have a desire to. That has nothing to do with her spirituality or being a goody two shoes. There's just some things that she doesn't allow in her space. I love that. I love that. However, I don't look down on her for how she chooses to make her money, and that's it right there. This is where, as Americans, we need to
mind your business.
I don't have to like what you do. I don't have to agree with it. It doesn't have to be in my house. It doesn't have to be something I do. But if you are fine with it, you do you, boo boo. Have a good time. Make your money. I'm just not going to deal with it.
I think the bigger picture is really towards children. I think that's where we, and particularly Black people, we so accepting of everything.
But why your
and we never draw a line
WAP?
nowhere.
But this is the deal. Why do we know?
Watching?
This generation is the generation where the babies had babies. And so they think it was cute when they let their babies twerk and do all this stuff when they're 2 and 3 years old. Well, if you're doing that at 2 or 3 years old, what do you expect?
Hello.
Expect to be a grandparent when they're 12 to 13.
I have friends that are grandparents already. And I'm like, baby, I'm 38. I'm 38.
If I'm a grandparent, no, I don't expect to be a grandparent until
I got 43.
You said what?
From an economic perspective, though, who wants to be a grandparent at 38? That means your child's still a child. So now, in the bigger picture, look how as a community, we already have a wealth gap problem here. Let's be real about it. Most Black people still poor and don't even know they poor. So now you add more kids in the household, we can probably take care of our own kids. So now we're creating other problems in our community that we don't need. So now you wonder why little Pookie in there robbing, more crime in our neighborhood, where we keep getting the same repeated cycle over and over and over and over, and nobody's breaking the cycle. It's like rap music. I hear one more song about crack. How long are they gonna keep selling crack? I mean, it's over with. Ain't that many crackheads left in the hood.
And I mean, we most of them I'm just saying.
I got a question. How come none of the crackheads got COVID?
Thank you. I ain't found not one crackhead.
I haven't heard not one crackhead that got COVID.
They don't report
got everything
but
COVID. They got everything but COVID. Okay. And I'm not willing to take crack to find it out and find out. No, I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it.
Right. I'm gonna leave that one. I had a cousin try like that. That dude was out of here. The worst part, he died. I think he had like pneumonia.
It's just a matter of. I just think it's a matter of, like April said, if it's not your cup of tea, just don't let it be your cup of tea. Simple. People the same way on social media. My thing is, if you don't like what I had to say, delete me. Or if you want to just stay on my page, scroll on to the next post. But no, you got to say something. And what you're saying is irrelevant to my life. Because if I want to listen to WAP 50 times, that's my life.
Yep. But
right. We live in a time though where nothing's wrong with everybody, right?
Say it again.
We live in a time when nobody's wrong and everybody think they're right. That's a dangerous place to be.
Like I said,
nobody can stand there to nobody.
Right cannot be wrong. You cannot make right wrong. See how the words is different? Okay, they each got 5 letters, but they spell differently. You cannot make right wrong, no matter how you try to spell it. Simple. If people get to the point to where they're more concerned with their own soul than mine, that don't make no sense. It don't make no sense.
That's a whole nother conversation when you say right is wrong. What's wrong anymore?
A lot.
No, that's the deal. They're not allowing anything to be wrong anymore. They're going to find the right thing, no matter what it is. It's okay. Well, You know,
Pedophilia.
that's
That's not
not
wrong
really
with
the right thing to
I
do
need
according
Q
to
to mute
church,
his phone.
but Q, mute your phone,
There you go. He having a whole nother conversation.
right? I think he's on his way to work.
Oh yeah.
But that's the problem. Here's two things. One, they're finding a way to make everything acceptable.
Mhm.
Now this one, and this will be a whole nother show because in my spirit, I feel like I might hurt somebody. Pedophilia is not a sexual orientation. The
Never.
fuck you talking about? I'm sorry.
Hold on, but
I'm sorry.
for who?
I offend anybody with my
Hey, but
spiritual
no,
side. I'm
you just said no right is wrong, wrong is right. Which one is it then?
that is just
Touching
wrong.
touching
There's no
a
way that you can
what?
make that right.
Right. What is this 3-year-old
Right.
baby
Me with my disclaimer, I
doing
don't promote
for
any
you?
pedophilia. But I'm just saying, what's the next step in our society? We accept everything now.
Cut their whole penis off.
You put the touch
Well,
finger
Right
up.
then.
Well, I can say one thing about a little bit about pedophilia, and I'm not really sure what age group we're talking about, but anything below 18 to me is nasty. But what I remember, and we've talked about this on Master Gas a few times. I think even after dark we may have talked about this. But I remember in high school where some of us was dating folks that was too damn old for us. You know, we were doing those things that, and even when you got to college, if you were still fooling with somebody while they were still in high school, you know, a lot of these
Right.
things are acceptable because honestly, that's the way our generations have come up. My father has 21 children. Okay, I was born an uncle when I got here, and so needless to say, I'm not going to even go into how old my mother was when I got here, but my daddy was in his 40s. And so what I'm saying is that at what point in time do we say, okay, well, this is not right, this is not cool, but then
Mhm.
we end up with people that's dating people that are too old for them, quote unquote, by our adult mindset standards. Because when you're that young, you don't think about that. You thinking
Right.
about getting your rocks off. You think about that bread that they popping off to you.
It's not done growing. You don't have enough synapses to even make that cognitive decision at that point. Right now, it's fun. It feels good. It's something that other people would think I'm great about. And I love what Candy said. There are lots of women pedophiles. Because that was
Oh,
what? That's
absolutely. Oh,
I'm just
absolutely.
gonna be a cougar. I'm not a pedophile. I'm just not gonna go, but I'm not gonna go past the age 25. I'm gonna be a cougar,
It's
but I ain't gonna be
limited.
no pedophile.
Okay, guys,
Now,
do me a favor. If you guys
See
are still
California.
on in about 30 minutes, I'll be back on when I get to the office, but I'll see y'all in a minute.
all right, hurry up.
Okay, I will.
Come back. All right. So the thing for me is, let me get. There we go. I don't understand why female pedophiles are not as bad as the men. So
We got sense.
we're having this
We got a little bit
conversation
more
because
conversation.
no, it's not that. Because how many teachers end up pregnant by their students?
But
That ain't
I'm
no
gonna say this too. But I'm saying, like, even still, those boys are in high school or whatever. You don't hear about women molesting a 3-year-old little boy. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
I
Women,
molested.
get
You see them
that.
women.
teachers?
I'm gonna say this:
But I
women.
get that, but a kid is still a kid.
Wait a minute, I get that because I had to unfollow some people on TikTok when I found out how old they were.
Amen. I need an age on the top of every TikTok video because I feel like I would be a pedophile watching those videos because those kids are no, I hate it.
There's a 19-year-old, and I'm so mad when he told me how old he was. Okay, I was very upset about it. But I'm just like, I don't see. Even if I find out how old you are, if I was a teacher, there is nothing a high school kid can do for me. You see what I'm saying? Yes, you look good and you playing football and you in shape and you know what I'm saying, all of that. But what bill can you pay? What can
But
you
see,
do?
we live in a different time. Like coming from I teach also.
Mhm.
Look, I teach
There are
college, so that's a whole
women
different
that
ball.
try to
My
want
mom
kids
was
as well as have sex with 15-year-olds.
There's nothing a 15-year-old
I
can
mean,
do for me.
that's true. Yeah.
Ever.
Hey, it happened for
Ever.
real though. It
He
did
better
happen,
be my son going in there and
but it
making me
happened.
breakfast in the morning.
It happens all
But
the
it
time,
happened though.
but it doesn't get reported
And that was a
because
real case that really happened.
it's cool
That's horrible.
that a
How,
kid could bag a teacher. Now we can look at Cardi B and Megan for the video, and they're all kinds of hoes and this, that, and the other. But when a teacher bags a kid,
She a hoe
you
too.
get high five. The kid gets high fived instead of treated like he got a victim.
Well, that just sounds like
She,
Boosie's kids. That's all. That sounds like to me. He teaches his sons how to have sex early. So I mean,
April says that she thinks that women aren't held accountable as much as men because for boys it's considered a notch on their belt
that's
and it's a
society.
societal double standard. And that
It
is
is.
exactly my point.
It
It's
is.
a double
not when it
standard.
comes to a little boy though. When it comes to a little boy, that's always still wrong.
Say that again.
That's the worst thing she can do is sleep with a little boy. You can go tell everybody. That's how they get caught anyway.
August.
Little
But
boy
again,
gonna keep his mouth. He got
America,
I'm telling my homeboy. He gonna tell his mama them. He gonna rerun and tell everybody.
America is going to hell in a handbasket. I don't know why we haven't
we
just
already-
accepted all these double standards because that's all America is built on. Okay, it's all it's built
There's
on.
every sort of double standard. So here's another double standard that we're walking into. So we heard the song. We know what the song means. Candy said it earlier. Let's see. I have a client that had this happen to, and his mom whooped the woman's butt, but they didn't press charges. Okay. I mean, if you feel like that's enough and your child is okay, I guess. But my problem with that
Again,
is
it's different for boys. It's okay for boys to go out and have sex young. When I've had sex at 15 years old, I thought my daddy was gonna kill me. But when my brother had sex at 15 years old, wasn't no issue.
Okay, so I mean, we're parents. I have boys. Tiffany has a girl. Brian has a boy. So as parents, if our kids at 16 come in and say they're ready to have sex, they're going to talk about sex, there's a different standard normally that the boys get taught, okay, make sure you protect yourself and, always have condoms on you. Maybe dad gives them condoms. Girls, you better take your ass in that room. Don't look at nobody. Don't talk to nobody. Don't breathe wrong. You're not given the same information. You're not given the same opportunities. It's just don't do it. So we train them from early on that they're not the same and they're not equal.
Absolutely.
I have a problem. And so the last question is.
But that's the thing. That's how it's always been. And some parents have, broken that cycle. I've seen my friends give their boys and girls the same conversation. And then I've seen some of my friends give a different conversation and now they grandparents. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So again, it all comes down to parenting and how you want to raise your children. If you're living in the past and you going by everything that used to happen in the past, then hey, your kid might come out a different way. But again, if your 3-year-old twerking on walls and you videoing it and you putting it on TikTok and they TikTok famous and Instagram famous by the time they 5, you see what I'm saying? You can't get mad when she come home and say my mama's stripper.
But that's also a part of the whole argument about what we see culturally and what we see in mainstream. Like when we talk about Meg and Cardi's video, like, I don't have a problem with what they do because that's their lane, but it's not something that I would want my daughter to do or my daughter to take part in not because it's right or wrong, but because of the effects of doing those things. the consequences. The thing that we miss a lot of times, right or wrong, is the accountability. I could choose to go out here and wear little to nothing because I think my body is hot. But am I ready to walk out there and turn a man on? Like, I can't stop that man from, being turned on by my juiciness.
But the thing is, men don't like a real man. Most of the time, they not turned on by your crop top and your fupa. Okay, they not really turned on by that. But y'all still out here working. Okay,
that's a whole
thing about.
But so, Arbor, I don't know if you saw me post this the other day. I think I posted it in our group. It said, I'm so sick of these discussions about why marriages don't last like our grandparents' marriages. Life is different. If your granny had Instagram and knew how to read, she would have left Earl lying ass too. You see what I'm saying?
True.
I mean, it's true.
That is an absolute problem with relationships. Let me ask
men cheating used to be the norm.
Hang on. Let me ask this last question. So obviously, we've been talking about WAP the whole time and how it pertains to different things. Let's take it to the couples. Let's take it to the adult side of this. We're grown. We're sexy. We're fucking. Maybe.
Okay, I thought you was finna talk about it the other way. I'm gonna say I'm not a couple. Let me get off here. Let me come back when y'all done with the couple talk, because I'm very single, ready to mingle, and trust me, if I want to give it up, he gonna get it.
So, with that being said, is there an issue with? Okay, first of all, we all have that sexy mix that you play, and if a woman starts playing music before you get down, just hold on because she's about to break you in half because we get motivated at that moment.
Baby, when the music come on and you already on when you walk in the house.
Right song,
like what music?
If it's the right song, like your song, and you can write, that part. So, what's the issue with women being that vocal? She says she wants the dangly thing in the back of her throat done. Why can't you say that?
I'm all for it. You touch it. If I can find a man that'll touch it, I swear for God, I'll marry him right then. No lie. Okay.
Man,
let me tell you something. Listen, I made my comedy career come alive with my stories about little penises. Okay.
Sorry, Brian, you're down here right now, and he's like,
Brian, just bear with me. My comedy career flourished about my tales of little penises. So I'm gonna tell you this: let a man touch that dangly thing in the back of my damn throat. Let me tell you something. I swear for God, y'all won't hear from me no more. Okay, y'all gonna be looking.
Well, it's gonna be me and my husband. Look what my husband did. Look at what I cooked my husband.
Let me tell you something. That man gonna get everything at the grocery store. I'm just gonna be walking down the aisle like this, swapping everything off the shelf. Just what you want me to cook? How fast do you want me to cook it? Okay, let me tell you something. How clean do you want this house? Do you want me to get down on this towel and do it with a toothbrush and how close do I need to be to this flow? Do you see what I'm saying?
So
I ain't finna go crazy though.
What's the problem with them saying what they want? Because now they're deemed, and this is the deal. We all have history. We all have past. We know she was a stripper. We know she likes the uvula done. She wants a Big Mac truck. We understand all of this. Why is there a problem with women being vocal about what they've done, what they're willing to do?
America is full of shit. How many times do I have to say this? This is a double standard. Okay, because me and Trick Daddy and Ludacris had what, pussy popping. You had Trick Daddy talking about nasty strippers and shit. Let me tell you something. Men can say whatever they want to, and I'm going to continue to say whatever I want to. If you don't like me being nasty, roll the fuck on. For real.
People. You got to find your people, and you're not going to be ashamed or feel any type of way around your people. So if you go around some people that don't do what you do,
you in the wrong group, baby. Find your group. Find your group. And me, unfortunately, I know how to mix in with all of them. I'm in with the saints. I'm in with the sinners. I'm in with the triple X crowd. Let me tell you something. My conversation knows how to change. I am versatile. I call it being multicultural.
We are multicultural.
I'm just
We are
saying.
spiritual. We are spiritually ratchet. We can go from level to level to level.
All the time.
And that's why we're here. And here's the thing. That's okay. It's okay because we're still human. We're still being worked on.
If you're in a marriage and the Bible says a marriage bed is not defiled, let me tell you something. My man gonna get every part of 50 Shades of Grey. We're gonna get up on Sunday morning. We're gonna lay down on that altar like we ain't done nothing the night before. And then when we get back home after Sunday dinner, it's going down. Okay? Do you not understand? Baby, I'm getting married.
What the question was, and you need to catch up. It was, how do you feel about women being vocal, such as Cardi and Megan? Why is it not okay for us to be as vocal as they are? Because we're being called hoes and bitches, and we're only good for this and that because they act that way.
I'm gonna be my man's only hoe. I swear for God, I'm gonna be his only hoe.
Problem, you not securing where you standing. If you saying I want you to beat it up, nigga, catch a charge, extra large, extra hard. If this is what you're saying, you know, then you shouldn't have no problems with what's being said. The problem lies when you torn between two worlds and you feel like you want to be righteous. You want to be the type of person who's looked upon as innocent and sweet, a Proverbs 31 type woman. And
why wait a minute, but why I can't be a Proverbs 31 type woman and get my freak on? I'm not understanding.
Here's the deal.
We're married, baby. We're married.
Thank you. That part. When I'm outside my house, when I need to represent him as far as my family, my husband, my business, I am Proverbs 31 all day long. But baby, we're doing 365 now. We ain't doing 50 Shades of Grey. We grew up. It's all 365 in this bitch.
Thank you. Do you see what I'm saying? Baby, because even in public, I promise you, I don't be standing here representing him right, but in the back of his mind, he gonna know what he gonna get when he get home.
Do you think your husband wants to share that knowledge of that intimacy that you share, though? Like, you know,
that
like
shouldn't be public knowledge. That should not be public knowledge.
Public knowledge.
But that's
now, if you done slept with him and all three of his homeboys and you decided to marry him, that's a problem. You see what I'm saying?
You tell everybody, you know, what he got.
We can't hear you, Brian. Say it again.
With Cardi, she made it public for the whole world.
And he made it public by cheating on her.
I can't get any business like
that. Cardi and Offset is not a good example of marriage. Okay, they did it because it was a good publicity marketing strategy. That's what it was, baby. They ain't married for love. It ain't no. Let's talk about some real people. Let's talk about some real people.
You on 14 and 15.
Brian, you breaking up.
The music wasn't written for us. It was written for 14 and 25-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The music wasn't wrote for us. We all grown, been there, done that. But this music is written for 14 to 25-year-old audiences who's very, very highly influential.
Mm-hmm.
We all been young. We know how music influences kids. So that's why I think overall as adults, we're looking at this is not for children.
Right.
It's like some of these cartoons that come on and they get to talking. Hold on, this is cartoons for kids. These cartoons for adults.
Right.
What do we community? Where do we come and say, hey, no, you're not gonna try to keep influencing my kid to be a stripper. You ain't keep trying to influence my kid to say we dope. You ain't gonna keep influencing boy, you drinking syrup and lean. We don't do that in my household. I live out here in the fucking suburbs and ain't no crack selling over here. And ain't nobody on the corner smoking over here. So I have a 14-year-old son. When rap come on, I tell him straight up, son, that's bullshit. Because we as young men, we already got too much to lose as being black.
Mm-hmm.
So I need him to understand at an early age, we take this shit serious around here. So when I'll sit on her singing the Migos, whoever, they come on the radio lying to our kids, I tell my son real quick, that's a bunch of bullshit. I don't need you being influenced by this. I'm gonna go in and tell you the fucking truth up front. This is bullshit.
But again, that's good. That's parenting. You see what I'm saying? It still goes back to
Right, but
parenting.
you don't have a parent.
Right.
I used to think
if I'm
it's face
30
value. Thought
and my
everybody had two
daughter,
at home.
yeah, but if I'm 30 and my daughter is 16,
Yeah.
we damn near sisters. You see what I'm saying? Or if I'm
Get out of here.
if I'm 28 and my daughter 14, we
You are
sisters.
sisters. You are sisters.
You
Y'all
are.
started y'all's periods close together. I mean, like,
Now, me, I'm a strong believer of in your, from the age of 18 to 28, that's your time to figure out what you want to do with your life. That's the time for you to have fun. It's the time for you to travel. It's the time for you to experiment. Now, don't just go crazy. To me, I'm not a person to go out and experiment with drugs and all that kind of stuff. But I think between 18 and 28 is the time for you to have a life.
yes.
I figured out everything between that age. And then at 28, okay, now I want to settle. Let me try to get, I'm almost 30. Let me try to figure out what I need, what I really want to do with my life, how I really want to have my marriage, and do I want to have children? You see what I'm saying? But in my 20s, I traveled all over the country.
Do not make any life decisions before the age of 25. You don't know anything.
I'm gonna give you the real though. I've seen between 18 and 25. Go to a college campus, and I've seen people get ruined before they're 20.
Oh yes.
And I'm a college teacher, and I tell people now, don't send your kid to these college campuses anymore. I believe it's a waste of money. That's a whole nother story. But what happens to a child on these college campuses, because you putting them out here with real adults. You got some adults, they career students. You got grown ass man when I was at UNT in the 30 walking the campus,
30.
backpacks on like we still in school here, praying on your kids, your young daughter.
Yep.
Right. You done that. You seen how it go. I went to a white university. And
I
it's
went
still
to
having
all
the black.
that. Exactly.
I went to a white UNT and seen what can happen. So we putting our kids a lot of times in these very adult situations that they not even ready for. And sometimes I be
You
real
as a
about I was
parent
18, hell, I
prepare
wasn't even ready for it. But all kids grow up different. You don't teach everybody the same. We can't have this one big brush and say let's paint everybody the same way. I know my son's weaknesses and I know his strong points. I know what he's ready for. I know what he ain't ready for. And then in the black community, we got a bad habit of pushing our kids out the door early. Yes. We the only culture still do that. Well, you got to go 18, but you got to go.
You better get a job. You got to get out of my house. You better get an apartment.
They don't even know credit. They can't tell you. Just don't still get up to school in May.
You said
we are the only culture that does that.
Right. Oh, yeah. The Indian culture say stay at home, get on your feet.
They work as a family.
A lot of Indian people, they say the kids still live at home, and it's just fine. It's cool.
Generations living in the same house, and living a dream. And it's not because they came over and they got extra stuff.
They here to a cruel world.
They decided to work fucking hard and put their money together.
I didn't officially move out of my parents' house until I was 28, I think. Because I traveled, I traveled a lot. No, I was a flight attendant.
I was 17 also.
I have 6 brothers and sisters. So
my birthday ain't came.
Our family didn't do that. Yeah, my family didn't push us out early like that.
That's a good thing for you, but the typical black kid, 18, you graduate high school, where you going? You ain't gonna be sitting around here. You gotta go to school. You gotta be working. You gotta do something. Get out of my house. You can't live. Right, whatever that story may be. So into our community, then we push children out to this cruel ass world. And I seen people get taken advantage of real quick.
Oh yeah.
And now you about
end up on the pole.
Time you 8, you wrong. By the time you
April says these companies are collecting our data and analyzing our buying habits. We as consumers have given these companies enough data to analyze, and they're using it to their advantage. Absolutely. That's why all the gas stations, corner stores, hair stores, and all that bullshit are in the black communities, because we are going to see that money quick.
I think, and this is kind of a joke, but we stopped letting our kids watch Boys in the Hood. We stopped that.
We don't have any shows like the Cosby Show. We don't
You know what I'm
have.
saying? Like they don't watch Boys in the Hood.
We started
They
watching
didn't
Boys in
watch
the
the
Hood.
Cosby Show. They didn't watch Different World. They didn't watch none of that stuff. In this house, that's what we watch over here. My thing is, I'm kind of confused on when we lost our way.
When SpongeBob came out.
I can tell you.
I hate
I
that
can tell
damn
you.
show.
I'm
I'm so serious.
remember-
So I was married. I was married when SpongeBob came out, and my stepson was obsessed, loved SpongeBob. So we had a CD that we played in the car that was a SpongeBob CD, and there was a song on there that taught you how to cuss without saying the word.
Oh, kind of how like when we watched South Park.
Yeah, I can't remember what the word was, but it was like every time you want to cuss, say this word instead. And I'm like,
South Park had that was in the South Park movie too. Yeah,
South Park had it,
but these
I
were
love
cartoons.
South Park growing up.
but they're influencing kids at an earlier and earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
they're
now they're starting to make cartoons and younger kids TV shows that are promoting alternative lifestyles, fluidity, same-sex parents,
Listen,
gender changing.
when I was
Like,
8,
they're making this they're forcing this to be normal.
when I was 8 years, when I was
Straight America, and
Say again?
the overhauling of straight America is an essay written talking about this whole agenda. I think we talked about it in church even, with the 3 steps to it: desensitizing us, jamming it, and then converting us. And like the desensitization, I can't say that word. We got desensitized because we see the images over and over and over again. There's countless research that just shows, like even in the Black community, how we see violence. We see violence in movies. We see violence on IG films when people are sharing fight videos. That stuff becomes normal. Just like, again, back to this video. We see these videos, and like I said, it wasn't. I thought it was going to be something super, super X-rated based on talk on it. But when I saw it, I was like, well, this is just like the other videos that I've seen before. I cut back to Sir Mix-a-Lot. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, Baby Got Back. I was like in the 8th grade singing that karaoke, and all the adults was like,
right.
But it
Jan, that's a good comment.
Because we lost our way when our children started having children, and they made it okay. TV shows like 16 and Pregnant. Absolutely.
But the funny part about that is the girls on 16 and Pregnant are this color.
They
They're not
are
even all on this
What?
color. Why did
But
we
it's
turn it into something else? How did we take that over? How?
No, we'd already been doing it. We'd already been doing it forever, but now they were able to find a way to make money off of it, so they did.
Right.
Because you couldn't make money showing
Right. I
Black
know, like a
people.
lot of my classmates,
It wasn't profitable.
yeah, Black kids. I started seeing, like, about 37, 38. I started seeing my classmates talking about my baby graduated. I ain't know you had kids. They were having kids in middle school.
No baby in high school.
Ooh, that covered everybody up. Say that again. I have classmates that have kids who graduated college.
Again, thank you. I have friends that are grandparents. Grandparents.
Yes.
And it's the
But you know what?
norm. Now it's a new norm.
I have my oldest son when I was 25. And I thought that's not a too young of an age. I was 25. I had already been married. I'd been with my husband for 5 years. We'd been married for 2. And I had a kid. I thought I did it the right way.
I got pregnant in 24 and didn't even want to tell my mama. I didn't even live in the same state as her.
It took me a long time to tell. And then I did it over the phone with my sister.
My mama, you would have
told her
thought,
at the same time because we were both pregnant.
You would have thought at 24, 25 years old that I could have came in to my mom's house and told her I was having a baby, and it would have been okay because I live in a whole nother state. I pay all my own bills. My mama yelled at me so bad and told me I ruined my life and kicked me out of her house.
And you were already at the house.
Like, coach.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even live in that. But that's
I
how
was
the
a real
community treats
grown
it.
person.
Do that. We push our kids out before they're ready. My parents didn't push me out. They did teach me fiscal responsibility and how credit works. Oh, you had good parents. We need to bring them on. I learned how to
Right. You need
budget, how to pay bills before I moved out, and I got my first apartment. I think some parents today aren't teaching these things because they don't know, April.
shit.
They don't know until they
Mine is
teach them. What happened to teaching our children how to be productive adults in society? Because the
Why?
parents don't know how to be productive adults. I mean, just let's call a spade a spade. If you were
Oof.
too dumb to find a condom or some birth control and finish school, and seriously, what are you passing down?
Nothing but
What are
ignorance.
you passing down? What can you teach me? The one for the monetary portion. Let's see. Price is not me. My son watched all types of it. Yes, ma'am, including the Cosby Show, especially the part where Bill Cosby had to put his stuff out. Maiden Bobak. Okay. I hope somebody understood that.
I think she's referring to the episode where he made Theo get the apartment and stuff. Remember?
Oh,
and
when
taught
he did,
him.
Yeah, man, like start paying bills.
Yeah,
with the
when he had to
money,
buy his own
that.
thing. Yeah, I love that episode. That's one of my favorites.
Because they can't teach what they don't
Most
know.
black parents wasn't educated by credit either. They didn't have parents.
But here's
What do our parents know about credit? Pay your bills on time. My dad is 73. That's all. That's all he told me. Pay your bills on time. That's all he said to me. He didn't tell me 35% of your credit score is what you owe. Do not max out your credit card. Do not use 35% of your credit card more than that.
My
Because now
dad
your
taught
credit
me
score
very
dropped.
early when I got my first credit card and maxed it out within a week of $1,500. He cut that card up and said, "Don't you get another one till you fully understand." And he sat me down, sent me to a credit class, and I had to figure it out. Baby, because I ain't know nothing about no credit card.
Right.
I got $1,500. I'm finna go buy me some clothes. I'm gonna eat some groceries.
Right,
Baby. Everybody in my dorm ate.
Exactly. Well, most college kids on campus, first thing you do back in the day, I don't know about you, but back in the day, first week of school was nothing but handouts. Discover card, Visa, Mouse, they all up there.
Got my first cell phone.
And then the CDs for a penny.
Oh my God! You know some people.
Do you
still
know
owe
how
money?
many Columbia? You know how many Columbia accounts I got? I got about 6. Man, I learned how to figure out how to make emails and different. Man, please.
You still owe them some money.
I mean, you had to mail it back.
I might.
Oh, y'all credit right.
So what is the
y'all credit report right now?
What is the practical?
Well, I have a very good credit score. I'm quite proud of it. I worked on it for about 3 years. I have a very great credit report, and I can't wait till December because it's gonna go up some more. I do. I have some very good credit. Very good credit. I applaud myself. Huh, can you borrow something? No, because there's like a 5-bedroom house with my name on it in 2022 that I'm gonna get.
Congratulations. I'm gonna need you to come on here and teach people. So what's a practical application that we can leave with today? What is something that we can do either ourselves, we can influence in the community, we can partner up with an organization? Tell me, what can we do to go from W.A.P to
first thing I want us to do, and I'm gonna say this in the most positive way that I can. Sweep around your own front porch before you bring your funky ass broom to my house. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say first. Okay, when your house is 100% in order, then you can tell somebody else how to do something. If you already a grandmother of 6 at 39, there is nothing that you can tell me about raising my future babies. My babies are in my womb. They are safe and warm every single month until I want to share them with the world. Okay? Mind your business. First off, mind your business. Stop trying to run everybody's house and your house jacked up. Simple. Worry about your old stank ass W.A.P before you worry about mine. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done.
I love you. Tiffany, what you got?
Y'all, it's a net in my house. Okay.
The whole application is just, my favorite word, accountability and grace. So just, like it's kind of piggybacking off of Shimmy. It's not to tell somebody what they're doing wrong, but to encourage them to recognize the choices that they're making produce the results they get.
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am. We love it, Brian.
All right.
Preach to me now. Come on. The
What's
floor
the
is yours.
question?
Wait a
I
minute.
got
Wait a
calm
minute.
down.
Let me make it big. There you go. Come on now.
Come on, black
I
man.
lost the whole.
Come on, black man.
Again, let me
Come
write
on,
it
black
down.
man.
Come
We
on, black
love you,
man.
What
black
can I do?
man.
Who? What?
Come on, black
What was the
man.
question again? Though? I lost that. She used some big words.
What's a practical application? What is something that we need to be doing to go from
Take care of
WAP
your own
to
damn kids. I'm serious. Everybody want to tell everybody what to do or be a guru every days or, a black community. No, take care of your own damn business, your own house, and take care of your own kids. Make us a society. So when we all get together in public, we can all look somewhat uniform and together. Not one of us over here looking a damn mess, and one of us here, we got look like this in the black community. When you got that one bougie person in the family, and then you got that one ratchet person want to talk about everybody. We got a bad habit of making fun of black folks. They bougie. Why? Because the nigga got an education and made something of himself. He not bougie.
Hello.
He did what was right.
Thank you. Ring that bell again.
So
I can't. The baby sleep.
So hopefully, all this kind of like, I asked him about this dude, take care of your own house.
Yep. I think we pretty much are. I mean, that's to me is the number one thing. If you work on your household first, even in all of your spiritual ratchetness, if Deacon Johnson sleeping with Sister Smith and he ain't sleeping with you, Deaconess Johnson, there is some. Figure out what's going on in your house and why your man sleeping with Sister Smith. Okay, why is the pastor not sleeping with the first lady and over here with Candy, who only come in on Sunday with her skirt low because she don't know no better? Now stop talking about folks and figure out how you can help somebody, but you can't help nobody if you jacked up too.
Amen.
Right.
Simple.
Take your time. Let me hear.
I'm just saying.
Look at God.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to stretch so we can wait for Q to come back on.
Q take too long sometimes.
He does, because he be tripping and stuff.
But I mean, but that's the simple thing. Figure out your household. Stop trying to run everybody's house. If you done kicked your kid out at 18 and then all of a sudden you want to try to run their house, what you kick him out for?
Oh,
what you kick him out for? You can't get mad when he got 12 baby mamas and 15 kids.
You don't get to stop parenting because they are out of the house.
No, but if you kicked him out, you see what I'm saying? There's a difference.
And they still want to tell them what to do. No, you kick me out. Shut the hell up. You have nothing to do with this anymore. But I'm saying, even when they're grown, you're still a parent. You should still have knowledge that you can impart to them. Now, after they're grown, that's when you cultivate a friendship. I'm not going to be your friend as long as you need my instruction and my discipline. But when you get too old to discipline and your life kicks your ass instead of me, then I'm going to be your friend and I'm going to walk you through it that way. I'm going to tell you about yourself because we are going to be that good of friends and I won't have a problem. But I'm not going to be your friend when you're 5 and you're twerking.
Exactly.
We don't do that. I'm going to kick
walking
your
around
ass.
talking about my little broke best friend. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. My mama threw a DVD at me at 22 because I got smart in her living room at 22. Come on now. So I don't know. You so ready for this lady to have your baby to have some grandbabies for you. Girl, get your life together.
Not at all. She says, we talk about drawing the line earlier. We draw the line by voting on a local level. Some of these policies being passed are not in society's best interest, making pedophilia normal, as an example. If we can stop it on the local level, we can stop it at an international level. And that is true. What that is.
I agree.
One, we can't take care of it in our own house. 2, we can't take care of it in our small community neighborhood because you can't tell me what to do because I don't know what you know and how you live your life. And before, I could go down the block in my street, and anybody on that block could whoop my ass, and then go tell my parents they did it.
You know what? I hate to say this, but I disagree. We as a people love to vote. We're the most voting Negroes since marching MLK. Until we learn to get politically educated and know vote don't change, money change. Hey, you want to talk about change? When Obama won the first time, who was his number one?
We didn't got no money. We ain't got no money because we buying Jordans. We ain't got no money because we buying Jordans. Check it out.
Your number
and bundles.
He was the CEO of the Chicago papers, Chicago Tribune, an openly white gay man. So when your White House got turned to the rainbow, that's why. He owed them a favor. That was his number one single donor. So we can talk about voting all day in this next election coming up. I don't have no faith in this next election. I'll be honest with you. If you want something done, you want to start going in that pocketbook. I do. It's called money. But see, black people never learn how to
what they spend their money on. They spend their money on Gucci and Louis and all this extra stuff, and they don't seem to understand. You spend $1,200 on a pair of shoes, but you can't tell me how to spell cat.
You spend $1,200 on a pair of shoes, and you've never left your county, or the furthest you went was
you done left your block, and you done spent $1,200. You owe. You spend so much money in Walmart. Why don't you own a Walmart?
Because that's a whole different story. I know. Psyche of poor people.
Thank you. Welcome
you gotta understand the psyche of poor people. You never had all your life. You know, a bad habit of buying stuff they really can't afford in the first place. Well, because it make me feel good. You know, so why people buy stuff? It's behavior. What makes you feel good? Like food. What food you like to eat? It make you feel good when you eat it. Poor people have the same mentality. I go buy these things to make me look like I'm somebody.
Food, used to weigh 370 pounds. Ain't nothing a Debbie cake can do for me to make me feel good. Do you understand what I'm saying? I do get what you're saying.
But what I'm saying, retail is like
oh yeah.
Right.
I mean,
it's when poor people I can buy something. But like my mama then couldn't afford it. I feel good about it now. But nobody ever sit us down as a group of people and say, hey, you want to build change? You need a lobbying group. On Avenue K in Washington, D.C. is every major lobbyist and think tank in America on one street in America called Avenue K. You can Google it. But the average person will never know where this street is at. But when it's time for us to do business, we meet on Avenue K in Washington, D.C. We don't have not one black major think tank for our community.
Oh, that's
we can't because they all on Shark Tank. They all on Shark Tank trying to be millionaires.
I mean, Black Panther Party, but you see a group of people come together for a political mission.
They can come together for Wakanda, but they can't come together for anything solid.
Well, they can come together for things solid, but we're not recognizing who our true opponent is. And when you don't recognize the real
opponent is other black people. That's our first opponent. The hardest part about helping black people is black people. That is the first and primary problem because we have a mentality that if we don't grab what we can ourselves, we're not going to have anything. Instead of grabbing together, instead of putting together.
Well, once you turn on people mentally, they destroy us mentally first, though. Before they destroy us physically, they destroyed us mentally. So one first thing we all thought we don't have in America, we don't have a culture. The culture is what they give up. They told us rap music is our culture.
They put on TV for us.
They tell us from everything that comes from our TV is now our culture.
Crabs and
we don't have a history. We don't have a sense. So you can't. But you tell you what, you can't tell a Jew person they don't have a history. Talk about a Jew and see how quick you won't have a job. But you can talk about say nigga all day on the radio. It's cool. Oh, we good with that. Because now they giving us that's our culture. But you go back 50 years ago and call a black person nigga, you've been dead. You don't call another man nigga. But now we call each other nigga like it's nothing. Because they told us that's our culture now.
Something that I saw on Facebook the other day was we black Americans are in a spot where we don't have the history or the land from Africa, but we're African, and we don't have the culture and rights
You gotta
of
have
America,
it.
but we're American. So we're
Right.
this
We all play.
isolated group that has no history and no home, but they tell us this is, you know,
Right.
go home or this is what you are, and it's not. And we won't fight out of the mentality to do better as a
Because
whole.
we're too busy fighting each other. Just
Exactly.
because she sold her plate for $10, oh, let me outdo her. You know what I'm saying? Let me sell mine for 8. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Even with my shopping business. My shopping
Oh,
business, I charge you the same thing that I pay for in the store. But I had a lady tell me the other day, not tell me, but tell one of my customers, Shimmy too high. She said, have you ever shopped with her? No. Well, she said, how you know she too high?
say that one more
Because
again.
Exactly.
because what has happened to us with culture, like, we never learned about capitalism. We never put it. This is the first time I was saying the last 20 years you start seeing an explosion more of black business. It used to be, oh, you can't do business with black folk. You know, that nigga will rob you. All these old adages we gonna hear old black people say. And that stuff mentally has trained us to think you do business with your own people. You want some of that good stuff, you go down with the white folk. We had a whole for like my big mama them. You go do with the white Mr. Johnson and them. You don't do business with them. And those bad habits are now been passed down generationally to our people. Programming of the mind is real.
Absolutely.
Never bought from you, don't even know you, yet you too high.
How you gonna tell me? You ain't never shopped with me.
But somebody programmed her mind to think that.
Thank you. And then she had
Exactly.
all the wrong information.
Mine is real.
When we
Q.
finally
All right,
gave
hang
her the
on,
right
y'all.
information, it was different.
All right, hang on, y'all. Let's get Q caught up. Where did you leave off? What question were we on? Because I need your answers for everything.
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 Now we ain't gonna be on here another hour and a half
No,
trying to catch
you
Q up.
got like 10 minutes to preach on everything. So
Well,
where were you?
I was listening to a little bit of it. I think where I left off, I think we were talking. I think we would. I was talking about maybe like some of the spiritual aspects. I think we was talking about the WAP song, WAP or WAP, or this is the WAP. I don't know what the WAP is, and all that kind of stuff, But just to listen to what you guys are saying, I think one thing I want to add to our conversation is that one of the reasons that as Black Americans where we suffer is the fact that we don't have an identity and we're trying to find one. I think that I have to agree with B. Well, when I was growing up, it was kind of different. Granny and them, all we went to a Black businesses except the Kroger. That was it. Granny bought a car from Cal's Auto Credit on Lancaster Road. We went to different Black businesses. We went over there. We took our cars over there to the neighbor that was behind us. They had all them cars in the backyard. Y'all remember when they used to do that? We did that. But then over time, what started to happen is that not only, some of us started to get over on our own people, but we were not quality. And because we don't, right. And then because a lot of times we don't value ourselves above and beyond, that's where we start to set those different expectations for our own people. And that's where the identity issues start, because if we're not programmed in our minds to say, what, B, he has his own clothing business, his clothing line. This is what it stands for. It's nice. We like that. If it's not Gucci, if it's not Prada, if it's not something that we can gravitate to so we can be seen instead of felt, that's what we go to. A lot of us, we don't like we got blinders on, and we don't like the truth. We don't like what we see in our community. So it's better not to fight it. It's better to accept this shit. And when you accept it, it becomes okay. Like people sleeping with their children. I mean, these teachers sleeping with their kids. Grand Prairie ISD just got a teacher for
Mhm.
sleeping with a child. You know,
Mm.
stuff like that. We were like, oh well, that's horrible. Oh my God. But
But where's
what
the
do we
outrage?
do?
Where's the
But
outrage?
but what we do is, let me tell you why I'm outraged with this. And for those of everybody that's watching, take the time out. It's not just whooping your cheering, but take the time out to talk to them. Find out what's going on with them. Just like we were talking earlier, one thing that I don't like, and I know that that I'm not somebody's dad. Well, actually, I am somebody's dad. My children are no longer here. But the thing is that when it comes to um, um, blinders, instead of us sitting our daughters down to say, baby, what's going on? What's why do I see this? Or where did you hear this from? You'll whoop them and tell them not to do it. You'll
Right.
send them to their
Won't
room
explain
and
anything.
you'll say that's grown folks business. And another thing, all of us probably have experienced this mentality right here. What goes on in this house stays in
Stays
this
in
house.
this house. Ooh, Jesus,
And
yes.
that keeps us from opening up ourselves and allowing our children to see the world the way that it really is and let them make their own choices. Because if we keep sitting down whooping our children because their breasts are growing and they don't know what's going on and they want to gyrate a little bit, or if they twerking a little bit, they have seen it somewhere. You can't whoop them for that. So I think a lot of that comes with the identity of who we think that we're supposed to be. What kind of black person am I? What kind of black man am I going to be? Am I going to be one that's going to uplift this community? Am I going to be one that's going to badger his kids? Am I going to be one that's a sorry daddy? Am I going to be one of those ones that's going to be on child support? Am I going to drive down the street in the same kind of car that Rob is driving and get pulled over in Irving, Texas because of my skin color? Am I going to be one of those kind of people? And so, with all of that being said, we try to put and fit in these statistical issues that we have, and on the way that people look at how we're supposed to behave and how we're supposed to raise our kids. And so I think what we need to do is find out, what kind of person do you really want to be? What's in you, to say, okay, you know what, it's okay for a teacher to sleep with a child. Well, it's not okay. It's not okay, for a parent to take their children and to, because I seen a couple of things even in Dallas. It was on the news. Shimi, I don't know if you've seen it, where that parent got caught prostituting her children downtown. Black.
Here?
Dallas. And I'm trying to figure out, where does that come from?
Correct.
Who does
Where does that
that?
come from?
This
Correct.
is
What, this?
really?
Where does that come from?
Correct, kids.
And I'm trying to figure out, what are we doing for people? Well, I guess it's the hustle mentality. Maybe that's it.
No,
Because
because
I'm not pimping my
we
children
have
out
a
for
hustle
nothing.
mentality. If I have ever seen a hustle mentality, it's this man right here. That's a hustle mentality. But I promise you, that ain't it. That's
but
some
Not selling
mental
your kids on
instability.
chrome.
That's
That's crack.
drugs. That's some residual
No,
abuse
that's
from
us.
that childhood or something else. That is not a hustle mentality. That's
That's
some foolishness.
crack.
or
Say what
I
it
would
is.
say, what I would say when I say hustle. See, my Brian's B's hustle may be like, he got everything together. He got his clothing line, his professional business. He works, grinds, take care of his family. He does the things he needs to do. He puts the hammer to the nail and he don't mind working. But another black person who don't feel like, they could do it, or they haven't had the maturity or the persons to give them the maturity, they hustle maybe selling some weed. They hustle maybe prostituting their kids. They're because we don't know and don't think about the damage we cause. The only thing we think about is right now. And that, I think, is a huge issue with us. We don't legacy plan. We plan for now.
Absolutely not. All right, so it's
That's real, man. Real. Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
go around and say some final words. So tell us how to reach you and give me your synopsis for tonight, and then leave everybody with some kind of word of encouragement. So, Tiffany, if you don't mind, will you start us out
So like the
with
benediction.
how to reach you
Is
if
that
you
the
want to,
benediction? Let me get my wine.
and then just your feel for
Right.
tonight,
The
your
doors of the church
overview
are
for
open.
tonight, and then an
What is
encouraging
this?
word.
Wait, you're not gonna call everybody to the altar first? Play the church music. You know, when people come
The
down.
altar call.
Okay, here you
The
go.
doors of the church are open.
Yeah, that's what it is. Doors of the church are open.
That
Where you
means, yeah,
from?
the doors of the church are open.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Let me go and crip walk down the aisle to this one. Wait.
We're gonna start the this. I like that
Spiritually
song.
Lord, please
ratchet.
forgive us. Please forgive us this day.
I'm gonna give
Okay.
you the mic, and I want to hear your testimony.
Uh-oh, come on, Tiffany.
Testimony service.
Let
Come on.
let the Lord use you, baby.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Oh, but
No, don't look,
That's
don't
all
take your
right.
time. Let's go on and get don't take your
listen,
time, baby.
y'all already heard my
That's all right,
word
man.
of the day. Accountability, accountability, accountability. Because we just have to make sure that we are okay with what we are choosing to do. And that's it. Just receive it, honey. If you want to go out here and share your WAP, just be prepared to share your WAP. That's all I got is just the accountability.
And leave them with a
Hold
good
on, wait a minute.
motivating message for their week. Leave them with a word of
Share your
encouragement for their
WAP, huh?
Oh, well, the word of encouragement for me is just also the word grace, and just to understand, have grace on yourself, and just understand that as long as you keep your sights set on Jesus, and that's where you run into. Don't get down on yourself if you have a bad day, because we have bad days. It's not about the individual day; it's about the whole race. So just keep going, and that's my encouragement for today.
We love it. Thank you so much for coming. I love you to life.
Love
Let's
you
go,
too.
cute daddy.
Y'all
That's
stop
Daddy
calling him
Q.
that. Stop
Daddy
calling
Q,
him that.
come on.
Daddy
Stop
Q.
calling him that.
Cute daddy sounds better.
Stop that.
Q
Stop
Daddy
that.
sounds better.
None
Yeah.
of it sounds good. Stop that.
I want to say, like I said, first off, secondly, thank you so much for having me on Spiritually Ratchet. I cannot wait to come back on whenever you get ready for me to come back on. Of course, guys, you can follow Master Gas Entertainment on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I think Miss Shimmy's doing a TikTok now. She's trying to get us to do a TikTok. We waiting on Mo.
Right.
But anyway, you can follow us on all social media platforms, like I stated, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and all that good stuff. Also, I am a life coach. The name of my life coaching company is Compass Connection Unlimited. I coach pastors. Yes, I do. I coach pastors. So you guys can come on in. Let's talk about it, and also deal with some coaching regarding how to rebuild your ministries.
Okay, Ayana.
Absolutely, but no, but I don't look like her. I look better. Anyway, so what I would like to leave for everybody on tonight. Let me see if I can, like the top of my dome, keep building. Never let anybody stop you from building. Listen, every building that you see around you, every house, every brick and mortar starts with a foundation. You have to create a foundation for your home, for your family, for everything, for all of this to work for you. You have to have a secure foundation in yourself. Don't be afraid to seek out a life coach. Don't be afraid to seek out a business coach. Don't be afraid to seek out a sexual wellness coach. Listen, we have areas in our lives that we refuse to talk about, and we suffer in silence. And so don't ever be afraid to build on your life, no matter what area it's in. I know, Arbor. Give him praise.
Jimmy was
You know,
raising her hand back there.
I know this is a lady that used to do this at my church. She used to do that.
Well, Q,
So
I want to say thank you so much to you because you have given me a platform for what, I don't know, almost a year now. I've been hanging out with you and MTG,
I know, right?
and I didn't want to do this. I hate being on camera, and I got to ease into it, and I got to enjoy you, and we're family now. And I want to say how much I appreciate you. And
Oh,
you,
appreciate you too.
That's why I FaceTime her every time I call. She don't even get a regular call. I need you to be used to being on the screen.
she goes, all right,
FaceTime.
Shirley 2.0, sum up the day. Give me an encouraging word and how to find you.
Okay, well, Q gave away most of my platforms. Y'all can catch me with the MTG crew on all of those social media platforms, as well as my own personal pages. Facebook is under my real name, Shimberlin Shimmy Walker. If you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram is just Shimmy 2.0. TikTok, Snapchat, all of that is just Shimmy 2.0. So yeah,
Jimmy is single and looking, but you do have to be a certain height to ride that ride.
thank you. Thank
So
you. And you have to have a certain size of equipment to
that was the height I was
enter.
talking about. I was just trying to say it nicer.
Okay, y'all got that.
Oh,
All right.
we're Ratchet.
So
You need to have bigger than average penises.
yes, and don't be a Sagittarius. Thank you. So
Gemini.
no,
No,
Sagittarius is
that
actually
was
my soulmate, and I believe
that was
it on my
Alicia that
heart.
had
I'm
a
gonna
problem.
marry a Sagittarius. I'm going to marry a Sagittarius. I already know. I'm just whatever. But my encouraging words would be to stay true to you. Always protect your peace. It's okay to be selfish and to live for yourself. If you're not harming anybody but yourself, no one can complain. And I would also say, mind your own goddamn business.
Ding, 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 ding.
Mind your own goddamn business. I promise you, your life is going to be so much better. Y'all can always tune in to my show on Monday nights, my NTG Monday Night Madness with your girl Shimmy 2.0. That's what I do. Look forward to seeing me in my first comedy special is coming up soon too. Yay!
I'm excited. And again, I want to thank you, Jimmy, so much for being here, helping me bust my cherry. Okay. So you not only call me all the time on FaceTime only, I don't think you've ever called me regularly.
And if I did, it was on accident.
I'm happy I ain't never been doing nothing.
Well,
Anyway,
at least I text first. I always text
not all
first.
the time. The lies. Not all the time.
Well, you would have been and posted something on Facebook. That might be why. But other than that.
But we've hung out in person. We have done girls stuff. You were there for my birthday. We've done shows together. And it's just really nice to have you here supporting me. And I know we will never have a dull time when you're here because you are with the shits.
All day. That's a nickname of mine. Shimmy 2.0, aka Shimmy with the shits.
I know. I'm going to have to introduce you to the Ain't Shit Crew. It's a show I do on Fridays with some friends.
I don't
And
want
that's
to.
the
I don't
name.
want to. I don't want to. I'm gonna tell you why I don't want to. Q's not gonna give me a day off. Ever. Ever.
Nope.
I had the whole month of July off. And what did I do? MTG stuff. So yeah. I don't have a day off. No.
Welcome.
I got
No.
7 jobs.
Mr. B, your turn. Let's see. Where are you? Here you are. Hey, baby. So, your thoughts for the day, your encouraging word, and how to find you. Can you hear me? He's not looking. Hey, Brian.
Oh, what's up? The nail.
See? You know what?
A while ago.
I just told him all kinds of stuff
Watching
about
TV.
you. I just hooked you up, and you didn't even know.
I mean, she gave like the longest closing remarks ever.
We've
The
done
other
three
church
closing
was still
remarks,
going on.
dude. You're the last one.
Oh,
Everybody's done
shit.
theirs. You were watching TV. You weren't
I
paying
get up,
attention. I see
get up
how you are.
5 in the morning.
I see how you are. You know what? You going to the
Oh,
principal's office.
closing remarks. All
Brown was
Yes.
that kid that got pinched
right,
in
first of
church
all, I'll
all the
give honor to
time.
God. Yeah, I'm from East Texas, the Bible Belt. The church on
All
every
right. So,
corner, and in some backyard.
just something back here.
Church everywhere in Longview.
All right. So where can we
MLK,
find
I
you?
guarantee you. You can find me hustling. That's where you can find me. Start hustling tomorrow. Facebook, Brian Cox. Instagram, Social Life Clothing. Let me see what else. The website, check it out, thesociallightclothing.com. What else? Word of the day
Instagram.
is this. Well, this.
Hustle.
Hustle. Closing remarks. Most important word ever. Hustle.
All right. So my closing remarks for you is I really appreciate you being on here because I know you don't like talking like this. To infinity and beyond. You are amazing, and thank you for the push and the support. And I can't wait to see you on here again. So my closing remarks. I am not crying on you today. I'll talk to you later though. Um, my closing remarks is this. Um, who cares what other people do for money? At the end of the day, is it going to pay your bills? If they want to have a WAP and they want to talk about it, let them talk about it. If you don't like it, change the channel, turn the radio, and be a responsible fucking adult and teach your kids if you don't like what they could possibly see. Give them an alternative. Show them a better way. They're going to get exposed regardless. So show them a good way that they can follow. And it says, he will eventually come back if you teach them the right way, even if they do stray. So where you can find me, I am on all social media platforms under Spiritually Ratchet. I'm also under Gideon James Consulting. If you are interested in life coaching, whether that be life, business, or relationship, or spiritual coaching, I'm here for you. Other than that, I think we're about done. But something to remember is my favorite part of this whole thing is what is spiritually ratchet. And for me, it's meditate and cuss, eat fruit and wings, hydrate with water and whiskey, praise the Lord, and twerk for spinal health. Y'all continue to be spiritually ratchet.